Everybody, welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven, and oh yeah, weekly resets are here. Except first, I'm going to start off with my leveling one because there's a tank position needed. I am leveling my paladin, um, which I can afford to get rid of these abilities, and can kind of start moving a few things around. Maybe also. There's another thing. I've got to unlock all of these effects. That there, and that there. Alright. Now, I do have to start building the macros at some point for the paladin. I'm starting to unlock a little bit more abilities. So, except in this one, I won't need to. Satasha. Alright. This needs to go here. This needs to go there. This needs to go here. Right, blade, savage blade. Needs to go here, here. I love it when you unlock something and all of a sudden it's a giant mess. I got to shake a couple trolls last night. I'm pretty fucking happy about that, actually. I'm actually really fucking happy I got to shake a couple more trolls last night. I was like, thank God. Go Irish, need more coffee. Get it, dude, get it. Dude, I'm so jelly that you got to see that on the big screen. Oh my God, you know, my friend went and saw it last night and I asked, I'm like, did you see that commercial? He's like, no, I didn't. And I was like, oh. What I wouldn't give to see that on the big screen. Just that commercial. I bet you it was epic, man. I bet you it was beyond epic. By the way, are you going to be logging in, Irish? Because if you are, I'll do the dailies with you, man. We got that reset, so I didn't know if you're logging in. I'll tank. I also got to get my weekly raid in sometime today. I hate when these things are everywhere. Dude, it was amazing. The fight scene was incredible. Ah! Dude, I can imagine, man. I did my dailies yesterday. Resets already. Well, the currency is. So if you did your stuff for your tokens, then you'll have to wait till 11. But if you're going to be on at like 1, I'm going to redo those ones when it resets at 11. But I didn't do mine yesterday because I knew it reset. So I always, when I max out on my Genesis tombstones, I always wait until Tuesday morning so I can get like the most Genesis tokens for the week. So I can get 2 in 1, you know, if that makes sense. I can't believe I got Satasha, man. What the hell? Yeah, I didn't know if you ended up doing it. Like, I never do Tuesdays. Like, I'll always have like enough to do it Monday. I mean, I don't do Mondays because I always have enough. So I'll usually just do whatever I need to, like throughout that day, because I'll be maxed. Like right here after this, I got to spend some Allagan tombstones just to get some like resources, which is good to sell too. Like if you're not going to be using Allagan, say you're even not a crafter, you can go to Illishire, buy up some stuff like some mats, and then just go ahead and sell them on the market. That's a good way to make a little bit of bank with those stones. Dude, I was PvPing last night, even after I ended my stream. Shit, dude, I'm telling you, man. It's not bad. Like, Feast isn't bad. Like, I want to get a team, dude. I think more and more I'm doing Feast, I would like to get a team. Like, a really good team at some point. Maybe not this season, but I can see myself, like, feasting quite a bit. And I can understand why, like, the Feast is, like, in esports. But it's... like the healers, like you mentioned, man, the healers are just so OP, man. We had literally, there was 2 people on our healer and they couldn't kill him. There was a tank and DPS on our healer and couldn't muster it, man. They couldn't muster to kill the healer with 2 people on him. And I think they ended up getting a CC down. That's throwing me off. I really do need to do this. They need a DR system for the healers. Bad. It's just ridiculous. But you know, after a while, it becomes somewhat addicting, man. Because you're like, you're trying to get those, you know, you're trying to get the score, but yet at the same time try to get the kills. And it's, you know, it has its moments, man. I mean, I see so much potential in this PvP. Like, I really do. I played a lot of games, so it's not in a terrible state, but it's just, it needs a little bit more TLC, man. It needs a little bit more. Like, I see so much potential in it, but it's not where it needs to be. It's not where when we're talking about Rival Wings or Frontlines, Rival Wings is one thing as well. It takes a little bit of strategy, especially if you're playing 72. But, oh my god, I was just like, holy spliffle-kebab. Dude, I would have loved. So, yeah, I got rid of a bunch of nice little Elder Scrolls bitches last night, some more. I was like, thank God, man. They're really starting to hate me, and actually, I think I like it more and more. Because I'm just like, dude, this one dude, he literally kept a Facebook post. He posted a pic from his PS4 on his Facebook just because he outscored me a match. I was like, dude. And he's like, oh yeah, I kept that video with you and Shady and them losing that one time. I'm like, are you serious? Like, wow. Okay, man. And I was like, you know, just anybody can say what they want, but majority of the top dogs, man, have PvP'd with me, so I'm like, whatever, man. Did I ever say I was the best? Nope. But I fucking hit number ones. I get my score, and I stream that shit. I don't upload and clip shit. I could have uploaded a bunch of times like, oh my god, look at me, I caught a 1vx. It was just a fucking bomb. No. It was just like, it's dumb fucking luck that they fucked up. I had an emo pot when I needed it, and I got him on some stupid AoE tactic. It's one thing. That's why I'm like, just stream, man. If you can hit 1vx's all day, just stream it, man. If you're that goddamn good. But that's another reason I like Fang Rush, because he just put it out there always the time. Anybody can die. There does take an art. There does take, you know, to this day. That's why that man has always earned my respect. as a PvP content creator. El Lobo too. El Lobo and Fang Rush, and Despotic. I like Despotic. I like his commentaries. Dove, I love Dove. There's a lot of content Purple Haze and Purple Slushy. I mean, Purple Haze is respectable. Purple Slushy can be a little, you know, toxic at times. Ness, I like Ness too. I actually like Ness. He's toxic as fuck, but I like him. Leveled up. Oh. I have to give it up to the dude. Alright. No. I was about to say, I think I passed on that. 32. Alright. Time to switch. So you already got yours in. Alright. But yeah, I'll show you, like... So what I do, when I know there's a reset... Oh, wrong one. It's my PvP. Alright. So when I know there's a reset, I don't do these two. At all. I don't do the expert or the 70. Because I'm at a 0 in my Genesis. And then I can bank up 2 for the day. And then typically I'll just whatever on the one. Now I do need to go to Illshire really quick. Illshire. I need to spend some of those Allagan tombstones so I can earn more Allagan tombstones. I'm working on that Garo mount. I have to have it. I've got to get it. At least the gold. At least the gold. If I can get the silver or the black, cool, but those ones are so like time's a ticking. I don't know if I can get all that. If I can get at least the one, I'll be like pretty happy about it. Like, oh, looky. I like the wingspan of it. So the sets may be good for some cosmetics too as well. All right. I had a video on my channel a while back before I deleted most of my ESO stuff of the first time I was on your BG team. We killed it. We both had over 15 kills. It was a great match. Dude, I love PvPing with you guys. The one thing I'm always going to take from Elder Scrolls, no, don't get me wrong, it is one of my favorite games. It's just a mess. So I tell people it's a good game, but it's just got some issues. But what I always take from Elder Scrolls is the community and the players I got to play with, the people I got to meet, and I always paid respect to almost everybody, unless they were trolls and like hunting me down. The dude even admitted like stream stalking me, man. The dude from yesterday, I was like, I'm tired. You motherfuckers would stream stalk me, and I'd get around 100 live views, and probably like 10 of you guys would try to stream stalk me. And I'm like, to me, it's whatever, But I was there to have fun. I didn't care if I had 10 views or 1,000. I didn't care. I was there to have fun, try to help out. And when I got to PvP with you guys, or against you, even against you guys, it was amazing. It was the best times ever to be able to have the camaraderie. And that's why I liked about Battlegrounds and Elder Scrolls, because I felt they did it good, where you could be posed against each other or united with each other game to game. That was done perfect. Like, the foundation's so strong in Elder Scrolls, just poor execution at times. And I'm like, oh my god. And it's enough, like you said, it's enough to make you cry, man. It just is. So I'm going to actually do my machinist today, because I can now. And I usually like my Samurai's DPS. I'll switch it up to tanks. I'll even do my heals every once in a blue moon. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun in this game, trying the different jobs, what their pros are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and I feel like one thing I can appreciate how Square Enix keeps the community from getting toxic, right? Even in competitive PvP, like Feast is ranked. You can go to the website and check your rankings. Like, you can check your rankings on your server. So it's like, I can see why it's so competitive. Now, the one thing I will say, because PvP isn't as popular as it should be, and there's reasons behind it, once again, putting pre-mades with pugs is never good. That's never a good scenario. I frown on that highly. Rift and World of Warcraft always did well in that part of PvP, separating the gameplay. And it needs to be. It should be. But unfortunately, there's just not enough people in this game PvPing. There's just not. I mean, they probably get thousands of players, but across all the servers and everything, and the way the season's set up and people trying to get their position for the rewards, it's evident why. It's like what they need to do is adjust the scoring system to the mid-season of the Feast. So basically, it's like double up during season. So it keeps the players from turtling or avoiding PvP. So you can score up in the beginning of the season, or without go against, and you can lock in like first, second places. But like over halfway, you incrementally increase the gain throughout the season. So about halfway in, a 10% boost to the winning team towards their ranking. Halfway in, 20%. So quarter in, then 20%. Third way in, 5%. Last quarter, 2% or something. You know what? Or you kind of scale it. So 10 or 5, 10, another 5, and then like 2. So the third quarter players can lock it in, but the players who are keeping in a position can still earn the top spot. So they need to give a bonus structure out throughout the season's course. And if they could do that, if they could do it, it would keep people queuing, right? And get rid of the limited queue system for PvP. If people are going to PvP, nobody wants to queue one. Training. This should be just removed. The parentheses, the Feast. Just put the Feast. And then put ranked. Or just put casual in parentheses, not training. So put casual match. Ranked match, not training match. Training sounds like, you're going to be it forever in there. Team ranked match. You have to have 4 players queued for this. You have to have 4 to make the team. Then you can do customs. If you want to do like a group and do a custom match. That's kind of cool. And see, they have other maps on custom, but I haven't seen another map on the regular, which is kind of crazy. Frontlines is okay, and so are Rival Wings. But the way there needs to be more towards PvP customization. I like this. Like, I like the fact that I can pick 2 skills that separate. Now give it 3. Add more options, like maybe 4 or 5 more, and give them 3. Still continue to do what you did with the abilities, with the job, the limited abilities for the job. Especially at level 30, I think that's pretty damn good. So I have no problem with this being part of the base game. I love that it's separate from PvE. It's controllable. They can adjust these. So I like that. I like the trait system, but I want more to the trait system. It's like I like this, but it's too limiting. It just has its limitations. The foundation's here. Like, it's here. Like, you could customize, you can add more of this where people could pick up their entire trait system. And then you go ahead and add diminishing effects. And especially in heals. If you add diminishing effects, healers would be at least manageable. And that needs to be the issue. And then incentivizing PvP. Because as it is, once you obtain a glamour, what's the incentive to PvP without doing ranked feast? Nothing. Ranked feast is the competitive aspect to this game. And it's like, oh man, come on. You guys are killing me. I mean, the potential's here. It's not the worst I've ever seen PvP. But it definitely is, you know, apparent that something's amiss. You know, why aren't people PvPing? Because it's too big in front lines. Rival Wings, I have no problem with Rival Wings. Rival Wings is like an Alterac Valley. I have no problem with Rival Wings. Rival Wings is actually kind of fun, you know, in a lot of ways. Because it offers like an objective where people are building and people are trying to gather resources and people are having a strategy of which side to invade and which side to defend. So I like Rival Wings. I think Rival Wings is a good team effort PvP. Frontlines is a giant crazy mess. The objective is fine. Like node positioning, I have no problem with how the point system or how everything's earned. It's just a giant, it's so big, the maps are so big, and it pushes Zerg positions way too much. Where everybody's just zerging. And it's like, it's self-defeating in that element. It's so defeating to feel that individual or small units can't make a difference because the Zerg is just too much. And you'll have teams that can turtle a lot better because the healers just are not having a diminishing effect. I think PvP, just how combat work, needs help. I ran it 3 or 4 times, and as someone new, it's very daunting. Players running circles around you, couldn't catch no one, immortal healers, right? These are some of the issues, man, for sure. Where's my food?
Leave this to me.
It definitely has a forgot to do that as well. I keep forgetting I adjusted my bar.
Forward! Forward!
I might switch that around. Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to get used to this whole new layout. Like, my AoE setup feels just a little different now, but oh shit. Good shit. Seriously, saw 5 people focus on a healer and couldn't kill him. I know, right? Look at the match you streamed yesterday. You had second highest damage, but only 1 kill. That's insane. Right. Dude, right. It's like, that's what I'm trying to say, man. It's like, come on, man. Can we figure something out? It has potential. It has the potential. It does. Okay. Like, there's potential to be made. There's potential here. There's a lot of potential. But it needs help. No PvP needs to be perfect. Like I said, I'm not expecting balance. No, I don't want any of it.
I shan't hold back!
Are we fighting these or what? Yeah, go, dude. I'm with you. Okay, first thing I need to do is look for the spot on the wall where I get here. Oh shit! That's my fault. Thank you. Love that little macro. I think if people think there's a skill gap in ESO, it's 1,000 that in
You
Final
underestimate
Fantasy.
me.
It's bad. That's my point. Like, they have good foundation, like what they're trying to implement. I'll give them that. But there needs to be a little bit more control so players can make adjustments to the classes. They need to put a DR system because it's linear. Because there is a huge problem. I don't mind a healer healing. I don't mind that. I get its functionality. Fine. What I don't want to see is two people. Like, if one person can't take it out, that's okay, whatever. It's a healer. Oh, but a healer shouldn't be able to kill you either, if that's the case. That's why I say they need to adjust it so if a healer wants to deal a little bit more damage with its abilities to sacrifice some healing, it should be able
This
to.
does not yield.
But if a healer's completely like, say, PvP spec to heal, well, that's fine. You just can't kill nobody. You don't deal shitload of damage. And it's true that the healers have the least amount of damage. This is true. But the problem of it is, since you can't kill him, he can whittle you down to nothing. That's the problem. These are some of the issues.
Let us be about it.
Pass. Pass and pass. I gotta pay very close attention to these lines. God dang it. Heal us, damn it! We're dead. Or not, thank God. Totally worth it. I'm gonna give it up to the Bard. No. Yeah, the PvP definitely has it has potential. It does. It does. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It has the potential. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Get me out of my car for a minute. Yes. Got a new card from that. Thank you. That was sweet. That was super sweet. Okay. That reminds me, I got to return over here. There's like a lot of potential, but I like the way they did it, the way they restructured it. Even watching it like about 2-3 years ago. But it's just the healers need a diminishing return. It just has to fucking happen. If you can't take 2 people, here's the big thing. If you can take 2 top DPS classes, put them on a healer, and that healer can't die, you got problems. You got problems. Your PvP is never going to become popular because you kind of got it fucked. And of course, now you have the very little PvP group who play the healer who are going to be like, no. We don't. Because if they get, adjusted, let's put it at that, adjusted, they'll be like, oh, no, that's not right. That's not right. And they'll be crying about it. You created a friggin' monster, man. All right. That's why I always tell companies, man, nip that shit in the ass real quick. If you don't, it's gonna be a pain in your arse. That's in there. I think I got it all. All right. Next. Gonna clear that out. $13. Let's withdraw that. Let's switch our role to our red mage. Still trying to work on this tune as well. More than 30 minutes. 18 minutes. Seven. I can do 7 on a trial. Sure. Sure. Yeah, there needs to be a lot of help, man. I was going over a couple of those fights yesterday, and I was like, I feel like I played to what I could within the game structure. It was a little frustrating to see that the other teams weren't. Like, there was one match where a team was all over our healer. No matter what, I mean, once you lock in, it's locked in. Once a team knows, and you can always tell the good teams, because their first objective is always going to be taking out that healer. It's all no. It doesn't matter. There could be an objective right in front of you. They know it's pointless to try for the objective if the other team can't falter. And the only way you can cause the team to falter is, divide and conquer. And unless you can get separation away from the healer where the healer can't heal, you have to take the healer out. And it's like, why would you guys not think about that? Why would you just keep the healer healing? I mean, it could be an inch to death. If that healer gets 2 heals off, all that work was for nothing. It was for literally nothing. It didn't amount to shit. And it was like, oh, I swear to God, man. So, yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend this game for PvP. Like, if someone asked, does it have PvP? Yeah. Is it fun? It's more frustrating than fun. Because when you know the problems, you're like, oh, God. Oh, God. And you're just putting your head between your lap because you can see it. You can see the problem. Like Elder Scrolls, like one of the things I always said, when you see Mad Sorks, the shield stacking bug. And after a while, you just put your head in you put your head between your legs, and you're like, because these people who are playing this class don't even know what's broken. They don't even know about it. They're like, oh, nothing's broken. It's like, okay, Dave. Dude, I don't get this one very often. This one's kind of cool. Don't think I've DPS'd this one either. I've always tanked it. Or I've healed this too. But I've never DPS'd it. So this is my first DPS, I think. I might have Sam'd this, but...
Open your heart to me.
Rest your weary souls in my bosom.
Here we go. Best CGIs ever.
I shall free you from your hate.
Oh no, 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 no. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm dead! God, fuck! I knew it! Somebody, like, literally took the one I was on. I was like, I'm fucking dead.
Surrender to bliss.
Well, I can't take it yet. So you guys got those things. God damn it. I need to stay the fuck away from everybody. Nobody knows how to spread out as casters. Probably my fault, too.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
I might actually have to pull that one ability off. It's proccing a lot more than I anticipated. Give me this now.
Your souls are stained.
Spread the fuck out!
I shall free you from your hate.
Yeah, it's proccing so much. Which isn't bad. But easy remedy though. Easy fix. My fault.
Surrender to bliss.
Backed right into it.
Your souls are stained. souls weigh heavy?
Oh shit. Oh no, no, no.
I shall free you from your hate.
I don't mind it being there, I just gotta reconstruct it.
Surrender to bliss. Your souls are stained. Why? I offer you peace and serenity and solace.
I gotta take a look at that. I had an open mind and gave it a shot, but man, right? It's rough. That's why I think like teams are really good. So see, Impact is here. And I think I'm going to have to restructure the macros under Verstone. Okay. I think it'll work. I think it should still proc it. Should work. I'm thinking it should. I'm thinking it should. I'm hoping anyways. One way to find out as well. Oh, I'm waiting on a queue. If not, I might have to keep it separate on the bar. Trial and error, man. Trial and error. Thing about it is just typically like it was procking quite a bit, the impactful, which is good. It hits hard. Might have to keep it separate. I'm getting my other procs off, which is fine. All right. Now, having to figure out how to set this up. Can put this here, this here. This here. Okay. Then we'll just take it out, so if when we get the proc, it'll be on its own. Alright, so we're just going to take impact out of the macro rotation because it's good, but I need the other procs to be affected. I just didn't know it'd have so much uptime, and it does. Too much uptime. Okay, looks good. That should take care of that. I'm way too close. another thing I can do too. Can adjust that over there just so I have it. It'll be a lot easier once I'm out of here. One second. Hello? I think that was my mother. Like, I can't even talk to her. I was like, Mom, Mom, Mom. I'm gonna have to call her back after this. All right. I hate when they do this. I hate it. I could kill a fucking tank for that shit. Okay. Couple of minor arrangements on my bar. Nothing major. All right. I don't think anybody here is new, dude. Oh, one person is. There we go. Looks good. And like you said about the community, the only issue I've had was on Reddit. Someone posted a thread asking why Reddit was so toxic and downvoted everything. Yeah, people answered they didn't want to see fan art, offer advice, or see other people's achievements. My answer to that was, then what's this place supposed to be for other than that? It's great. Right. It is. Like, I personally, the performance is what keeps me here. Honestly, it's refreshing to have a game that has quality performance. At the end of the day, I can't stress it enough. Like, performance, man. There's not a lot of games out there that have this type of quality. And there are games out there like World of Warcraft. I'm not liking Activision Blizzard right now, but their performance is pretty damn good, consistent. Square Enix here in Final Fantasy, damn good. Another company that does good, Daybreak, their IP is really strong. They have very strong IP. ArenaNet. ArenaNet has really good IP. NCSoft has really good IP. And that's the problem, right? Is companies that are coming into the genre of the MMO market for the first time have to realize what the predecessors or the top MMO companies offer. And that's performance. The games aren't always perfect. The games could struggle with their target audience. But their performance in the multiplayer or online genre is what gives them credibility. I've always said you can have a great single-player game. Like Bethesda coming into the multiplayer platform was not ready. They underestimated what it takes to be in a multiplayer gaming. I don't know if Bethesda can play catch up. I don't know if Bethesda's ready for the new generation. I don't think they are. I don't think they have what it takes to break through. I think more and more Bethesda's going to falter. They're using an outdated engine. Right? So the tech is increasing. They're updating their tools. But the engine has to resolve that code. As they're compiling this data, it's got to resolve within the engine framework. And that's the problem. Like Bethesda doesn't understand the netcode also plays an important element to the existing tool sets that you've utilized. And I don't think Bethesda's ready for it. I don't think BioWare was ready for it. I mean, people could say that, it was leadership and whatever, but let's not kid ourselves. Their netcode and their IP was not up to snuff. It wasn't up to snuff. And it's like, you have to realize what it's going to take for IP, man. There's reasons why certain companies have been in the top spots and what they're good at and how they work it. Engines are going to be, it's all C++. So everything in the gaming industry is using C++ coding. And each engine is slightly different how it's utilizing that code or that language and its resolution. So basically, it is true that engines have tool sets custom, but the tool sets are utilized for the development team, right? To apply different elements to the game. Sound coding. Sound coding is not the same as graphic coding, right? And it all has to be converted into a C++ language, and the engine basically is taking all these tools that are being utilized and converting that into files. And those files are compiled. And when those code is actually fed in through the engine resolves the code, right? That's what an engine does. So when people are like, oh, an engine is no. It is its own entity. It is. It resolves. It comprises of tool sets. I agree with you. I completely agree with a lot of people. Yes, it has tools accustomed to it. Yes, it has different elements associated within the structure. But it has to do one very important thing. It has to resolve the fucking script. It has to. There's no if, and, or but about it. That's what engines do. And software engineers, guess what? They look at their framework. It's just the way it goes. You know, at the end of the day, companies have to they have to man up. They have to. It's like your options are next to nil, man. You better man the fuck up. You better understand it takes certain companies spend literally millions just developing the engine. Just developing the engine. Not developing the game. No, just developing the engine. They get teams of software engineers who do what? Comprise the framework for the tools to be integrated into the engine. That's and then you have what? Multiplayer. So you're using an old engine that was utilized for single player, which already had issues, and now you're going to add another feature on top of that engine, which, you know, let's be honest, it wasn't built ground up for netcoding, and now you're trying to implement netcode into an engine that was never designed for netcoding. And it's like, wow, because netcoding is different, right? It's not, it's like, wow, come on, guys. I mean, when we take a look at even the difference between your own personal PC, your PC is running so many different languages of code, it's ridiculous. We're talking mechanical, C++, C++, Java. So we got at least those ones. We at least have your consistence, or your C++, C++, Java, and mechanical, right? So at least we know those. And there's like, what, at least 10 basic languages. And then it goes up to like 20. There's like 20 different variations, I want to say, something like that. And it's like, holy fuck, man. Come on, man. There's also programs that can convert languages into different form of coding. I don't know nothing about that shit. But I don't know nothing about that. I haven't even. Somebody was like, dude, did you get to see this program that like you can convert your C++ into like mechanical? I'm like, what? I was like, no. So crazy, man. They better get on it, man. These gaming industry, man, they just. And then they're talking about like trying to make a new language for video gaming. Like a lot of people feel like, and I kind of disagree, because C++, every language has its pros and cons, but when it comes to effective resolution that applies to GPU and CPU, I don't think you're going to get a language stronger. I could be wrong. There could be some, new version of C++, like CCC or some shit in the future, that takes the elements of C++ and integrates it with like something more accustomed and easier to access. And we see that with the tool sets, right, that are being developed. Like some of the tool sets that give us accessibility, or gives accessibility to apply textures, apply like sound. Sound format hasn't really changed or altered. quality of sound and the file format has a different application to open, but as far as like laying down sound, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed since the digital was introduced. I remember running on ADAT back in the day. Like I actually got to see ADAT recording, right? So ADAT recording, and then you could convert ADAT to digital. It wasn't always the best quality, but then all of a sudden when digital came in and it opened up the channels in your sampling, it was a lot better, and file formation was par on. Like there was a lot more you could do. But as far as how it lay down, it was, it hasn't changed much since. Like we used to I remember when I was in the studio, we would spend time just compressing, just trying to get compression files down to into sound. So we would open up different programs. We would try to Fruity Loops, sound something. There was like 4 or 5 different compression, like trying to put all the stuff together in a digital media or digital board for our samples, for our tracks, how many tracks we had, and compile it, then try to compress our files to make sure that everything was sounding, even as possible. If that makes sense. And my friend, I left the music scene when I was really young. My friend stayed in it, and he used to tour. Was a DJ, and would go around doing festivals and stuff. Oh yeah. Four of us have to stay back. Okay. Yeah, definitely not. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, sure, sure. Cool. Close to a level. And I did! Yes! Oh yeah. $68 feels great. Right. Anywho. So it looks good. Couple, like, probably 2 or 3 more days I'll be 70 on this. Then I can work on my AST. And then my Dragoon. So it's just crazy. I keep trying to tell myself, Mystic, you got time. You got 5, 6, 7, 8. I think like 8 weeks still. But it's work, man. It is work. We're leveling the Paladin. He'll probably hit 70 before it. White Mage and Astrologian, I don't see a problem getting to 70. Red Mage is on its way. Dragoon will be next. The biggest one for me to try to get after this will be the Bard. And then, of course, I'm trying to get my crafting up as well as try to get the last event in. But overall, I'm really happy that I actually got to come to this game and experience this. It's a good game. It's a solid game. There's pros and cons to it, like everything else. Yo, ISO, what's up, dude? How you doing today? I hope you're doing well. There are pros and cons to the game, like anything else. PvE is good. I love the storyline. The story can be a little drawn out, but it is an epic storyline. CGI, some of the best that you will get in the industry. Combat system, in my opinion, for a turn-based game, it's good. Like, in my opinion, it's even better than World of Warcraft's. And World of Warcraft's turn-based system was always pretty good. Rifts was good, but it had holes in the souls where that wasn't balanced well. This game, very good at what it offers its players. Now, Twitch-based gaming, some players just prefer Twitch, and nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's a preference thing. The crafting system, really strong in this game for a linear game. Actually, very impressive that it's linear and the crafting is done so well. So kudos there. I'll say that again. I feel the weakest point in this game, and the thing that needs a little bit more attention, is the PvP. And it just keeps going to it just goes to show when you put development in so much, you concentrate development in one area so much. Well, I shouldn't say one area, multiple areas. It always seems like PvP takes the back seat. And that shows in this game. Because PvP has potential, but it needs attention. It needs its own development team. It needs its own little place to get love. Once it does, it'll be worth it. Because people will stream it. People will stream PvP. And that's your money makers, man. Because, yes, it doesn't pay for players to PvP, but it brings in players. Because when they're between the content, some players don't want to do PvE. They don't want to do dungeoning. They would rather PvP. And that's what you got to try to capture, because especially with this business model is subscription based. So it's like, why wouldn't you want PvP? Why wouldn't you want to put a little bit more time into your PvP? Why wouldn't you want to try to improve it? You already have the foundation to keep it separated from PvE. Not a lot of games can say that, but Square Enix can. The only thing about it is they just missed a few steps along the way, like putting in diminishing effect, giving more customization to passives and other abilities that could be influential to players' play style. Just little things like that. Nothing major. They got the foundation here. They just need to extend upon it. That's all. Once they do, it will be well worth their investment. So I'll leave it off at that. Once again, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs. As always, thank you guys. Have a nice day.